Hello, I'm Daniel. I'm the co-founder of Octomind, and today I will show you around in our new app. So what you see here is the dashboard, and we are about to create a couple of test cases. And there are some pretty cool features we've built, and that's what I want to show to you. So let's start with creating a new test case. So we're getting here. You see, we are having a little preview here, so you can even make that a little bigger if you want to see that. And the idea here is you can pick from the existing test cases and start at the end of these test cases to create a new test case. So in that case, we will start from here, which is, so we can move here, there's a timeline. So we will start from that point and we'll create a couple more test cases. So now you're getting from our system a couple of ideas of what you could test. So this is choose from recommended test cases. So you see we have a couple test cases here and there's more test cases and we are automatically generating them whenever the test case is executed. So what we have here is add a new field to an existing table. So we click on it and we get a prompt proposal for that. Nice. And as you see, it's not very structured and this doesn't matter because when moving on, we are having an agent which is looking into the proposal and structuring it in a way so that it works well for our agent. And let's have a look at that. We're creating a new field in the table. So click on the plus new field button. Okay, that might be right. Enter a name for the new field and select the field type if prompted. Okay, interesting. So I want to have a specific name. So maybe let's tell the agent the name of the field should be counter, and the type of the field should be number. So let's see what happens. So we go send. So we tell the agent, so we can chat with the agent now, and the agent helps us to compose a good prompt. And if something is missing in your prompt, it will ask you to provide that information. So let's see what it did. Click on the new field that we had before, enter the name counter into the new field, select the field type number, nice one. And also we have counter and number in here in the expected outcome. So it's building a nice prompt for us. That's good. So let's go generate here. So what we get now is a little overview page. So we get the prompt again. So just in case we want to add something, we can do that. We can put our tests in a folder. We can add a tag to that. Maybe, I don't know, let's take it configuration. So we have a new tag here. So you can do that right away. And then you go finalize. So now the agent is starting. So you can see we have a nice full screen experience here. And the agent is now starting at the starting point, which is, of course, it has to run a login. It has to pre-play all the steps we had before. And in that case, it's going through the login sequence, and then it's navigating into the area where it can create a new field. And as you see, there's a list of tables already in from previous test cases. Now it's running all the checks. And once this is done, it will start to put in new steps. So let's wait for that. So what you saw here, okay, it goes new field. So while the agent is doing that, let me quickly tell you, we also have a takeover button here. So should you be unhappy with what the agent is doing, then of course you can click take over and you will be in a recorder. And that recorder allows you to record a couple of steps. And then you can hand back to the agent. So that comes in quite handy. It's telling us what it is doing. The cool thing, of course, is we will get back in a second here. So we can also close that window, of course. Oh, now that we see, you see the steps coming in here. So these are the steps it already took, already 3 steps in. Now it's selecting the type. So we don't have to do anything. We can close that window. And you see, it's creating a new entry here. So that's the new test, which is in progress. We see it in our little preview here. So you can have many of these going on in parallel. You can click on that, you're back in. And the generation is going on. So it decided for a number here. It gave it the name counter. And I assume it will now save changes. It's changing that, and then it will most likely generate a couple of assertions here to make it a complete test case. What's also important to know is, besides the takeover, There's also validation which is going on. So once the discovery is finished, we will see a validation, and the validation is checking the test for repeatability, because we're producing automated tests. And what we want is that we can run the automated tests at any time, as often as we need to. And that's why we need to make sure that the test is repeatable. And that's actually happening in a validation run. And there the assertions and interactions the agent took before are validated and checked if they are repeatable. And that's what's happening right now. So you saw the little confetti, we're getting a green box, so the test is done, so the test is in. This seems to have worked perfectly well. So we continue with the validation. And here it is replaying the whole test case. You can watch it doing that. Hopefully it goes through. So sometimes it does not. And in these cases, we have to look into that and have to make sure that we can repeat the test case. And that's something where the system is also helping you with. So see, now the validation was successful. We go to success here. Success confirmation. We have created another test case. So we can directly move on our test cases in. So let's close it. Now we see it here, and we have a nice little test case. And while we were sitting there and watching the system, the agent perfectly created a test case for us.